Hello and welcome to Torg's Day night. We are back with a vengeance. We have a full crew, a full cast, some two characters vying for the same player's mouth. It'll be interesting. See how that would be going. I thought we could make little signs, but that just was shot down.
To make it better, they're both named Ben.
Yeah. Both Bens are suffering from multiple character syndrome, MCS. Which
And they
is
both have horns now?
which is sadly a affliction that afflicts multiple players at tables across America. So we are going to just jump right in. We're back. It's our first stream of 2023, and so I figured, why not run the most complicated Torg scene that I could ever put together. So Ben has graciously been voluntold, Kowalski/Reggie Ben has graciously been voluntold to do a recap of what happened on the final Faites Five fiasco in November of 2022.
All right. So we're finishing up this amazing masterpiece of cinema, right? Zorba is... Right, there's a love scene. Brother Block pours his heart out, walks off, everybody's crying. And then Dr. Mobius comes in, and there's a love scene. It's awful, but it's besides the point. Then, as we move through and this movie's coming together, we actually get Dr. Mobius to come to Istanbul because he wants to see this amazing work. Which somehow he's missed the fact that the people actually in the movie and making the movie are the people who've been screwing with the city for the last several months. He's really stupid for a really smart person.
Oh, good. Ben has just said, I would like to be shot in the face.
I mean... But at the final day of the premiere, just as our illustrious director is doing his obligatory shot to Zorba and his amazing work on this film. Of course, completely missing the second unit director and stunt director in the process. He doesn't.
I'd like to thank my mom and my second grade teacher who inspired me to start acting.
I don't feel like I'm missing anybody else, right? Like,
At that moment, the enormous, now bronze-covered pyramid, which was erected in honor of the coming of Dr. Mobius to the fabulous city of Istanbul, which I still can't pronounce properly.
Instable.
is it Kowalski or
Instapotted, like, but bulls?
Instant bowl.
this explains Kowalski's food truck idea.
The giant pyramid splits, revealing two enormous psychic robots powered by our friends from whatever her team was named.
Wow.
I don't know.
Kowalski is the worst recap in the history of recap. No, go ahead.
They're Morgan's friends.
They are Morgan's
I
friends.
don't know who. We've never met them. They might be cool.
Morgan's Heroes.
Okay, well, fine. Yes, that's what they're called.
Morgan.
Morgan's
I'll
heroes.
accept it. Stefan the Dwarf, Hattori, RWA, and Jennifer Sarner.
Okay, that's
Jennifer Sarner.
besides the
The
dwarf.
first time I said that one out loud, Becca. Thank you for that one. She's the spy secret agent from Corver.
Okay, well,
I'm sure she has a ton of aliases.
the other robot is in fact powered by our own B team,
That is correct.
who also blew up one of the other bases, making us a twofer for destroying Mobius' bases in Istanbul. Adding to the reason they probably shouldn't come to town, but he's here anyway. The man loves a movie.
The man does love a movie. The man loves himself more than anything. And as Dr. Mobius stands up, Webley pistol in hand, strange miracles coalescing in force around him. He shouts, "What is the meaning of this?" And you hear the cackling, tinny rasp from the robot with the voice of the Headless and Morgan's heroes in it. You fool! I've set this whole thing up. Now is the dawn of my victory, crushing your bones into the sand. And Mobius fires off a bolt of lightning that strikes the robot, knocking it back. And he turns to the larger robot, which has Storm Knights that you have seen. The dossiers on in the left arm, this mechanical iris unfolds and sort of opens up in this spiral targ. And you can see that inside the arm is the Highlander known as Alistair. The head is there is black billows of smoke pouring from two vents, and there is a woman whose eyes have been magnified and whose mouth is a large mouth speaker directly above the head, and you can catch glimpses of Shelley, the Hellfire and Brimstone preacher from Orosh. This is and in the right arm, you can see something is going wrong. At first, you thought there was oil leaking, and that oil started to coalesce around the arms into tentacles, and eyes started opening up on all of the rivets. The occult master, Malachi Munkishpaw himself, and you can see there's another tiny glass bubble with a dog of many eyes just banging and slobbering on the glass bubble. So this will work a lot like the last.
Is Reggie like in the foot?
Nobody knows where Reggie is.
Oh, okay.
Reggie's in the chat, so he is currently running IT support for the robot.
What?
Reggie, right? Reggie, you are in there too. Reggie is in the back. You're Reggie. Reggie, you are in the back, and you guys can actually see this long railgun kind of extends up and drops down over the right shoulder, and you can just see this tiny little blister with this head of this Englishman who is currently like shrugging his shoulder up to make sure the medal of
St. George.
St. George is clearly seen. And
I'm sure it's completely because of how the machine is built, but I do want it stated for the record that if we were going to be a legally distinct robot that combines out of our powers, I wanted to be a leg.
That's fair. Instead, I made you the magnificent
Yeah, I'm an
monkey's
arm.
paw.
That's great.
Yeah.
I called right leg.
So, the way this is going to work is much like the last combat scene that you had with the giant robot, in the fact that it is a dramatic scene. You can free people from the robots, adding them onto your side. There are technically 3 sides to this fight. The heroes are Kit and anyone working with Kit. I've made Kit the de facto leader of this group
Fair.
as the one who is definitely going to keep this crazy train on track.
We'll see.
There is anyone who is allied with the voice of the Headless, which currently is the B team. I will tell you when you get to make attacks, B team. You can also, there are also going to be rolls that you may be able to make, depending on what the conflict line says, that will allow you to try and momentarily take control of your limb and use it to your advantage. I think I can say that. And then there is the fact that High Lord Mobius is here and is currently pissed off at both the Techno Demon Kowalski and the voice of the Headless. He may be a little intimidated, a little attracted to Zorba. Sort of,
That would make sense, because that's how Zorba feels, too.
yeah, right. Like, you know, some longing gazes into each other's eyes before attacking someone else. Like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, as Kit is probably the most uncomfortable here at the table, Jenny, would you please tell me when to stop shuffling the drum?
I will. And stop.
You want it cut or the top card?
I would like it cut, but like in thirds.
Like this one at the bottom, this one becomes like the new middle and this on top?
That's perfect.
That was,
Great job.
you've fallen right into my plan, but So anybody who is trapped in a robot, the robots, or Dr. Mobius will go on the villain's turn. Bystanders, of which there are a lot, will go after the hero's turn. All right?
Where's Kara right now?
Kara is currently clinging to your side.
Oh.
She did not get really the memo about
Fleeing to safety.
I was thinking about just you and
also
Block.
I spent 2 weeks blocking the side streets, so
Right.
people can't really escape. It's
So
pretty
you've
much-
turned this movie set into what we like to call the kill box. All right. The
Civilian casualties were mixed.
civilian.
Whoops, doodle.
I feel like whoopsadoodle that was not the time to declare a whoopsadoodle. Now, reshuffling the deck as I grabbed the Tharkle deck, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But I am currently rearranging the cut for you. I'm so sorry. Completely reshuffled this deck as well. The first card is That Must Have Hurt. Any character who deals more than 20 damage may make a free Intimidate test against everyone who saw the attack. Heroes go first. All the villains are stymied. A, B, and D are on the attack line. And the approved action is Intimidate and Trick. Now, the advantage of this is at the end of the villain's turn, any B team member who inflicted more than 20 damage on one of you guys instead gets to make a free willpower check to see if they are in control of the limb that they are in on the next turn.
So, what are the dramatic tasks that we're trying to achieve here? Or were you just listing the
ABD, so you guys can take an A step and a B step here.
Yeah, but what are our specific
The
goals?
goal here is to free
Okay.
one, if not both teams.
Okay, and is each step a chance to free a person?
Each step is a chance to free the person. And I'm leaving this one kind of freeform. I'm going to allow you on your turn to figure out who you want to free and how you would like to do it.
All right.
Oh, I think Zorba's got an idea. See, here's the thing. The bow tie. The bow tie sells it. You know. All right, what would you like to do, sir? Why don't you start?
Oh no, they can go first.
Okay, who would like to go first of the Faites Five, the team who is free?
Okay, quick question. So, how, in our attempts to free people, is it by destroying parts of the limbs or
Yep.
like by opening some hatches?
It is by destroying parts of the limbs. It is
Okay.
by distracting, inflicting a outstanding success on an interaction attempt. It's an attempt to reach and connect with one of the people who are stuck in the machine. It is, even the fact to point out that, hey, these innocent bystanders, I'm going to go save these bystanders, hopefully reigniting the heroic spark of somebody in the robot.
Could you restate the effect for achieving 20 damage?
You get to make a free Intimidate check on anyone who saw the attack.
So, if anyone wants to go about this by attacking people, I could cast my Calculate Weakness so that if you did a called shot on like the door to the arm, you would get a -4 penalty on the attack attempt, but you'd gain at least 2 armor piercing damage. If that could be useful in opening up some of these limbs.
Yeah.
Also, I
Super
forgot to
useful.
describe one last thing. In the 2 weeks that you've had to set up for this, as you stand there, as the light glimmers off of the robots, you see something flying towards you, this tiny speck behind the robots, and it zips around the robot's arms. It zips around Reggie's gun, which starts firing in the air, trying to track this small creature, and it flips around and it lands and skids, kicking up dust by Morrigan's foot, and then sort of wraps itself around her leg, climbs up her body, and Morrigan, your summoning of your Drake animal companion was successful.
Oh,
Bravo.
Yay!
thank goodness. I was
So
like,
who would
oh
like
man,
to
I
go
gotta
first?
spend my first action getting my dragon.
Heck no.
Thanks.
That's very exciting. I did for a brief moment think maybe it was Peaches, and I got really excited.
I know. Peaches.
I think I'll start by doing that calculate weakness.
Who are you? What area? Which robot are you attacking?
Okay, yeah. Which team do we want to focus on? Probably the one where humans are here playing it?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, let's do that. I want to focus on that robot.
In a complete dick. Give me more NPCs.
That would be funny, and that is something that some people on the team.
I can see the gleam in your
I feel like Kit might be nice.
All right, so who do you want to try and free?
Okay, well, so if it's calculate weakness
So this is going to be a spell that you are casting on a specific person to try and free.
on a specific person.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know about anything about anyone. I'm gonna go with the one. I'm gonna try and free the one that has all the creepy eyes, because I think that's the one I'd be most scared of.
All right, Malachi. All right, so
Yeah.
give me the roll.
Okay, I rolled a 13, and so that gives me +1. That's 16, but I have a -2 because I have my concentration, so that's a 14, which means it was a 14 on a DN 10.
All right, so it's a standard success. What does that give you?
Okay, yeah, anyone who... Okay, yeah, anyone who wants to call... I tell all my team, hey, I found this weakness, and anyone who wants to attack to get Malachi out, you get... If you take a called shot, it's -4 to the attack, but a +2 to the damage. Armor piercing.
All right,
Cool.
so it's +4 to the damage and it's armor piercing too.
Cool.
All right, that was Kit's action. Who would like to go next?
I will capitalize on that with some lightning.
Okay. So, Morgan, you stand your ground, you summon the forces of magic, you produce this lightning bolt. Give me the roll.
Where's all the tables and the numbers and the...
Bottom of your carriage.
Yep, I found them. Thank you. I was like, just gotta... There it is. It was a 16 to hit, and it's against the dodge dex.
Of the robot. Well, the robot that the B team is in is large, so you get +4 to strike it. So that's a 20.
Okay.
And you're capitalizing on the. Do you include the -4 from your?
I did not, so...
Do you want
Thank
to
you.
spend a possibility? You're at a 16 right now.
Yeah. Sure, I'll spend a possibility.
All right.
So that's a 15 plus 12, so 27. That's me. Oh, I can find the numbers. That's a 23 to hit.
That is a 23 to hit. That is one shy of an outstanding success. Nobody has cards in their pool, and you spent a possibility.
No.
So what is an outstanding success?
Unless Jenny has placed a card in her pool. She's the only one who's gone.
I don't think I have any that will have helped you, so no.
I feel like you have some
Okay.
plan.
Oh, you're gonna hate it and
Yeah.
love it
It's
so
the
much,
jack.
Jane.
It brings the bring the jack.
You made me wear it.
No worries.
What's the damage on your?
So it was a good success.
Mm-hmm.
The damage is 20 damage and ignoring 4 AP armor piercing. So with Jenny's, that's a total of 6 armor piercing.
And I would like to point out that it gets an additional 4 points of damage because of the cold shot. So you're at 24.
Lovely.
And so Becca, a 24 with 6 points of AP drops its toughness to that, which does a wound and 2 shock. I'm going to try soak it.
You can try.
A 3.
Nice
No.
try.
Malachi, you are.
Also, isn't everyone intimidated?
She doesn't get to make an intimidation check against Dr. Mobius and the voice of the Headless. Malachi, you are currently dreaming of what you know to be the inevitable end, the most perfect end for your life, which is being on a beach, tortured by shuggies. until you eventually, in a Hellraiser-like fashion, shed your own mortal coil and become an amorphous blob of flesh and tentacles and eyes as you join spiritually and physically with Dogathy, all the while who is cackling at you. The flesh shall become mine.
It's the dream.
Yeah, his last words are, "Now I'm the Dark One."
Yes, Malachi's last words are also,
Oh yeah,
yes,
there's a lot of.
I have no
eldritch
mouth, but yet I must
bark
blather.
that's right. So, Malachi, you guys all see the energy just kind of coalesce around Morgan and coruscate out from her arms, and she blasts the right arm off of this robot. It hits the ground. The capsule opens up, and there is this rush of really disgusting fluid, and Malachi and Dogathy come slipping out. Malachi, you will be able to act this round at very stymied at the end of the whole turn, and the next time you will be in the thing. Morgan, would you like to give me an intimidate check against High Lord
Yes.
Mobius
Yes.
and his goons?
His
Against Lord
His
Mobius
goons.
and his goons, and with smoke still dissipating off my fingertips, I turn and I point to him and I say, "You will not escape this either." And my little Drake roars because he's super intimidating too. And yeah.
Give me an intimidate check.
Ooh, 20. Plus 6.
26 is a plus 9?
Yes, so 18 total.
18 total. So I've got good news.
And
I got a
greatness.
lot of good. No. You failed to intimidate Dr. Mobius, who is like,
Fair.
after I kill that one and that one, you are next. Your torments will echo in Cairo, and your tears will raise the banks of the Nile itself. However, his goons all take a step back. Would you like to make them very stymied or very vulnerable?
I would like to make them very stymied.
Okay. That is
And then I would like to scoot out of direct line of fire.
okay. We now have either Zorba or Brother Block or Kowalski. I think Kowalski had something that he was planning to do.
All right. First off, why does Dr. Mobius in particular want to kill me? Just because I've been insulting him during my monologue?
Yeah, there was that. He can sense that kind of thing.
Doesn't he think that we were making his movie?
He didn't know you were here.
No, like doesn't he think that we're the people who made his movie, not his enemies?
Did he like the movie?
He hasn't seen it. Remember, the screening is going to happen.
Oh, that's
Like
right.
right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Or is it just because I kept painting my face on the wall?
That's probably it.
Like, what are you doing
You, I've seen your face throughout Constantinople.
The orphan graffiti campaign has backfired.
here?
As you all do. You do a quality.
All right.
You definitely get a feeling
I
that
take-
one of the
I-
High Lords is coming for.
Take Kara and I stand at one side like, all right, baby, Daddy needs a bigger gun. So I'm going to conjure some chains. I'm going to shoot them up to the giant gun where Reggie is.
It is powering up. Are you going to try and like redirect the gun to hit Mobius?
No, I'm going to go full Spider-Man. Just fly up there
Okay.
using the chains.
All right. So you're going to use the chains to get up there, and then what's your goal when you're up?
My goal up there is to bust Reggie out, but not detach the gun.
All right. So that will be. That's step B. You're welcome to give it a shot.
Okay.
There will be penalties because it's a multi action.
Okay, so can I just get up there to start with?
Yeah, you can get up there.
All right, let's do that. Do that first. So that's
Okay.
conjuration, right?
Yeah, that's conjuration. Give me
Okay.
a conjuration roll and then a maneuver roll. So it is still a multi-action.
Cool. Good. So that's a 5.
Strong start.
All right, I'm gonna go and spend. Do an island if I want to.
You know how in Spider-Man they always have him swinging from tall things so that he doesn't just like lash onto something and then run on the ground. Right now, not a possibility.
Let's see. If I spend a Nile Empire, I can do it twice, right?
You get to roll. You get to so spend a regular possibility,
Okay.
which allows you to do. Or no, yeah. If you spend the Nile Empire, it allows you to re-roll and add the two together.
But yeah, the regular possibility would be first, and then you could add the Nile on top of it.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go and start with the regular possibility to roll again. Roll the same one again, right?
Yes.
Sorry, been too long. That's an 18. I'll take that one. And so an 18
Plus the 5.
equals plus 5?
Yep. Because it adds to your first one.
Oh, okay, so 18 plus 5 equals 23 plus, on the 20 bonus chart, that gets me up to a
Plus 8.
plus 8 plus my 14, so that equals 22.
All right. -2 is a 20. So that is a good success. How would you like to? And what does it give you on your maneuver? Same.
The
same
same,
bonus.
so
Yeah,
the
plus
maneuver
6.
is actually 13, so that gets me a 21 instead.
With the -2.
With -2, so that equals 19.
That's a good success. So you are also. Would you like to make Reggie vulnerable, or would you like to make Reggie stymied? Very vulnerable or very stymied.
Let's see here.
He's about to shoot.
Stymied, so he doesn't blow
Yeah.
somebody's face off.
All right.
And yeah, you don't want vulnerable because hopefully you'll take control of him later.
Brother Block and Zorba. Who would like to go next?
Go for it.
I have a plan. I would like to
No.
go over to the foot of the robot with the other team.
Okay.
I was gonna look it up, so I don't know the French, but in French he says, "Test your strength," and he will drop his hammer on the foot of the robot, like
Wonderful.
a test your strength thing at the fair.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Hoping that in his mind, a little red dot will shoot up the length of the robot's leg and pop off its head like a rock'em sock'em robot, because he comes from a video game world.
That is-
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
melee weapons.
Dig it.
Yes.
All right.
He's also looking for glowing weak spots.
I rolled a 9, so that is nothing. But it's a +4 because the robot is large.
Yes.
So that takes me to a 16.
A 16 does not hit Brother Block. You missed it by a single point.
Oh, then I'll spend a possibility. All right. That's a 10 and a
Just wait for it.
10
It's coming.
and a 10 and a 1. So that's a 31 plus a 9. That's a roll of 40.
Plus 11.
Which I can't glory. So that makes it a and the 4 for the large is a 15. So that makes it a 27.
A 27. That is a outstanding success.
So that'll give me 2 bonus die of damage.
It will.
So my damage is already a 16. My strength is 11, and the hammer is +5.
Okay.
So that's a 17, a 22.
Have a possibility, Mr. Furious.
That is 24 points of damage.
Okay. No AP, correct?
No AP.
All right. You bring the hammer up. You bring the hammer down. And you put a Gallagher-sized dent in the foot for 2 shock.
That's true. But having scored more than
20 points of damage.
20 points of damage, I would like to make an intimidation test on everyone present.
right.
So,
By the way, Morgan, your new card is Close Call. When you go to soak damage, you automatically get an outstanding success. And Brother Block, yours is Maelstrom.
oh, thank you very much.
By the way, Shelly, Alistair, and Reggie, you all will have actions. on this turn. Thanks to Mr. Furious for helping me really tune in these robots so that as the robots get actions based off of the steps that are on the card. So the card that is better for you allows the robot to take more actions.
I intimidated no one. Apparently, it was fairly comical.
That's right. All right, Zorba, you say you have a plan.
Yeah. The first step is I go over to the damn projection box and turn on my damn movie.
Is this like intimidation? It's just
No.
This is your first action.
I want people to see it.
Okay,
It's
so
very
as
important to me.
it flickers to life, you get this weird distorted effect. Like parts of it are really clearly seen on the flat plates of the robot. Some are on like the tech workers who have the white jackets as they're running across. You can see it, but it gives it this weird dramatic depth to the movie you were not expecting.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's all I need to
That's all.
do. I play a card to my pool.
I give you a Empire possibility.
Just wait.
For doing the most Zorba. Oh, I
Just wait.
All right. It is now. So, Shelley, as you sit on the beach in the most puritanical beach wear, you find yourself not uncomfortable. But you know what? You do know that the rest of the B teams, Cabana Boys and Cabana Babes, is that the... Never actually heard the term for a female cabana boy. They have been bringing too much alcohol, and by God, they have been. They are not in puritanical beachwear, as seen by the cover of the B Team comic book presented by Restart on the Iconic Production Patreon. And I think it's time for one of your castigating speeches. Like you have to use a spell or the intimidate skill in order to get the attention of these serving staff who are intruding on your paradisical vision. How would you do this? Would you go for the head cabana boy, the cabana man?
Mana?
Cabana boss.
So I'm just yelling.
Okay.
No, that's the question. I'm just yelling? Question mark.
Well, essentially, you are now playing an evil version or a mind control version of Shelley. So, what is your most damaging way to intimidate or bring down the fire of God on somebody?
That would be infernal judgment.
Okay.
Actual fire?
So it's actual fire?
Yeah, it's actual fire.
So let me ask you this. You do sense that one or two of where they rest in their cabana hammocks, that one or two of them have the scent beyond banana oil and mint leaves. They smell of supernatural evil. One is a wiry, weaselly person who seems to always be like, no matter where you're at on the beach, they're always staring at everyone as if they have multiple eyes. And the other one is the slab of meat that is always at one of these beachside resorts. Who would you direct your flames at?
Well, if I don't know what I'm doing and I'm really annoyed, I'd say like the biggest, probably most rum-filled beefcake is getting all of it.
Sweet, give me the roll. You guys all see just the voice box crackle to life. And what comes out of the robot's loudspeaker?
Hold please. Oh, come on, phone. Oh, wait, no, I wrote one down that I wanted to use. Not believing there's a hell does not make it disappear.
All right. What is the spell you are casting, Shelley? Or the miracle you are invoking?
Infernal judgment.
The infernal judgment is being leveled against Kowalski, as you are up there, you see the whole robot's head swivel, and the proclamation of your impending time in hell just kind of comes out. And what's the roll, and what's it versus, Shelly? So sorry, back.
So, it's against their dodge or dex.
So that would be a target number of 17. It's pretty hard.
Okay.
Kowalski's hard to pin down.
So I rolled an 8. So that's not going to be high enough. So.
Oh, there is possibility in the GM's pool, which is adding the. Sorry. It's a climactic act-ending fight. Dr. Mobius is on the field.
Okay. So that would be 18, 5, 17, and 5 is Becca.
18, 5, 17, and 5 is a total of 45,
I don't like it.
which is a plus 12.
just a 17 plus 5.
17 plus 5, so that's only a good success against Ben.
Okay. So I
Okay,
just
cool.
get 1 damage die. So it's a hellish pillar of fire comes up from under the ground, 25 meters into the air.
To strike you. Yeah, through the robot, so I'm gonna allow this, I'm gonna let this run.
The base damage is my faith, but with a good success, I get another die on top of that.
So what's your base damage?
17, and I just rolled a 6.
23, roll again.
Bugs. Okay, 3, so 26.
So 26 is a wound and 2 shock on the robot, and 2 wounds and 4 shock on Brother Block. Are you soaking?
2 wounds, 4 shock.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, better. So that's a possibility, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The robot soaked his wounds.
And that's reality, right?
Yes.
And the column stays in place. It's
The
20.
robot's going to move out.
I don't know.
Ah.
It'd be nice.
So 29, so
No.
9 plus reality is 13, so that's 20.
You are fine. Reggie, as you sit on the beach next to your buddy, you have sighted St. George's Lansdowne on this massive sea creature in the water. This sea creature's got a long hood, and it seems to have like a long flapping fin. I would like you to make a St. George's Lance shot as the gun turns and swivels at High Lord Mobius.
Excellent.
But he is now very stunned, so it's a -4 to your roll.
All right, -4. So that's a 9. So that's no bonus. That's -1, actually. -1, so that's a 19.
Minus then the additional 4 for being very stymied because Kowalski was at 15. Does not hit. There's this large explosion near Dr. Mobius. This puts this crater standing in the midst, sort of stepping out of the crater on air, is the High Lord Mobius himself. Alistair, as you are on the beach, you notice that something comes out of the woods and is leaping at Reggie. Your weapon is in hand. How do you attack this wild boar?
All right, well, I'll actually plant my shield in between the boar and Reggie and just put the broadsword right over the top of it so the boar runs right into it.
Okay. Give me the roll.
Hey.
So you're planting the shield down?
Yep, to protect Reggie.
Okay.
All right, and
Kind of
so
a little bit
that's
disconnect here. What'd you get, sir?
we're looking at 19.
A 19.
Yep.
Definitely, Brother Block, as you come standing back, the robot sprints across the battlefield and brings the Torg down upon you for a good success. Alistair, will you roll the bonus die of damage for me?
Of course. That's only a 3.
A 3, so that's 18. So that will do 2 points of shock to Brother Block. rolls off the tongue. Meanwhile, the other robot just lays into, like, starts charging at Dr. Mobius and is making attacks on innocent bystanders. Oh no. The director, who had wheeled up his little car and was catching the footage, the robot turns, and you can see in one of the, in the arm, with this Viking broadsword that is to scale, it turns and it cuts the director's camera stand in half, and Forrester is falling to the ground from a height that will most likely end his life.
And his career.
And Mobius will be making an attack on Kowalski, as we said, and the robot that is the voice of the Headless. Multi-action. And roll a 5. That doesn't feel very Mobius-like. I mean, if you watched your film, then it feels very Mobius. A 4 on a possibility get me to a total of 15, which is just ignores my penalty to hit. So fire combat for him is a 20. So a 20 will hit you, Reggie. And Kowalski. And it will hit the robot. So it will do no damage to the robot, but it will do a total of 2 shock to you. The next card from our lovely kit choice is Law and Order. Malachi gets to go.
Okay, so what is the approved action on this still remaining card?
Intimidate or trick.
Excellent.
I say lovely kid, but really you're like
Lovely.
So Malachi and Dogathy get to go. Malachi is quickly going to try to. Can I trick Alistair out of the robot?
You could do that as the B action. You could try it now. I'll let you try it now.
Okay. Well, what's the A action?
The A action was already was setting you free.
Okay, so I would like to, as the B action, I would like to trick Alistair out of the robot's arm by loudly telling him that we are in a plane and I'm flying, but don't worry, everything's good and we totally didn't drug your milk.
Oh, you're using the drug. Actually, so first of all, thank you, Certified Organic, for pointing out that the Targe is a shield as well as the Mr. Furious, the dog-like creature in Star Trek used by the Klingons, best exemplified the only redeeming part of Star Trek 3, where Christopher Lloyd has a loyal Targ that dies, and he makes the classic Christopher Lloyd face in full Klingon makeup. Aside to nobody. Go for it.
So that's a trick of 20 from Malachi.
Right. With the, did you include the -4 or being very psyched this round? 16? What is your trick, Alistair? And what is your trick +4 because of certain safeguards and shields that have been put into place?
That takes it to a 14.
All right, so that is a standard success. So what I will do is, as I said at the end of this round, because of what has gone on, Alistair and Shelley both get to make rolls to see if they can free themselves. So, Alistair and Shelley, I need you both to make a willpower roll. Alistair, you get a +2 to it because of the help from Brother Block. What was that?
And I'll need all of it.
What do we need to beat?
The target number for this is an 18.
Oop.
I won.
Oh, you guys are still in it. To win it, for the voice of the Headless.
And Dogathy has a 17 to
Rewarding
intimidate
behavior.
the nearest bystander.
You won't get a card for intimidating a bystander.
Oh, well, fine. Why just wanted to get him out of here? Get out of here.
You can't get anyone out of here because some guys spend 2 weeks.
Mobius is men. She's got a 17 against Mobius's men.
All right, that will make them.
A Mobius man.
That will make that dude will definitely be very stymied, and it is actually their turn. But I will also point out, Malachi, you look around and you're like, what idiot blocked off all the lanes? No one can run away from this thing. It's like a giant kill box.
I've got a plan. There's always a plan. What card do I get?
Oh, good plan. Your guy you get idea. All right, so here is the last 2 actions for the first round, because this is a massive kerfuffle of a combat. All of the guys are shooting at either Kit or Zorba. They're very stymied.
I didn't even. I went.
Oh right, you didn't.
I left the battle.
I'm gonna say Kit or.
I just did some math.
And then the all right, we're gonna say Kit and Morgan. Becca, left or right? Or a very
Left.
endearing elf. Left? All right, that's not
Left.
good for Kit.
Great.
That's not good for Kit. That's good for you.
Head.
Yes, they did find you. You did not make a stealth roll. You just sort of walked out of the lane of fire. All right,
That's true.
Becca, you get
Yes.
hit. Gunfire comes streaming down the line towards you, catching several bystanders in the legs. They are clearly falling over. And you do notice that there is one other armor next to, like, there's 2 of those glass cases on either side of whoever the Hellfire woman is. One is completely opaque, and one is clearly the voice of the Headless. Does a 14 hit you?
Against my dodge.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, no.
Doesn't do.
Nope.
What's your
I
dodge?
have a plus. Sorry, from my shield, I have a +2 to my dodge.
Then you are not hit.
So it's 15. Yeah.
It is a 15. Good. Kit, what is your dodge?
Okay, so if I cast my armor, I add that to my dodge, right?
You add that to your armor.
It's a 9. Okay, then it's a 9. You're making that face because it's too good?
So you get hit for a standing success.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, that's just.
Cool.
None of them explode.
That's good.
But you will take 3 wounds and 6 shots. Would you like to soak them?
Yes, I would. Roll a 20. And then a 14, so that's 34. That's plus 10 on my reality, so a 22.
So that ignores all of it. So as you kind of bullets just fly by you, they catch a couple of your.
It like flies in between some of the like already open wounds I already had.
Yes.
That were already
It's the advantage of being a
decomposed.
desiccated mummy. But your Julie Andrews hat. Perfect. The next card is Law and Order. If you play a connection card, every player on the hero side gets a personal police officer to use until the end of the scene.
Let's make this more complicated, baby.
If you guys notice, there is part 1 of the 1001 Inventions of Dr. Mobius. Thank you to Zorba for spending an action to turn the movie on as the background. The orchestra is swelling as they're playing through the large phonographs. Heroes are fatigued, so everybody on the hero side, 2 points of shot. But you get to go first. Intimidate and maneuver is the approved action.
Does that count for a mummy who is not affected by fatigue?
Then you are immune to fatigue. there was one last action that I needed to take on the brother block. Just hypothetically speaking, what is your willpower?
Oh, my willpower is 11.
Cool. Brother Block, I will tell you what happens when it comes to your turn.
Okay.
So who is going first? Actually, Dr. Mobius has this cool ability that says he can spend a possibility and go first.
Oh wait, what are the approved actions?
Oh, intimidate and maneuver.
Okay. Would anyone want me to play this card that makes everything approved?
That means we all get a card every time we take any action, right?
Looks like it.
I mean, is there a reason not to do that?
Does that only affect us, or does that also help the bad guys?
I think they can use cards.
Great. Then I want to play my idea card, which makes the approved action of the drama deck any.
All right. You have successfully taken that action, and Dr. Mobius is going to. He looked like he was about to intimidate you all, but because the approved action is now Eddie, he instead
It was just for good people.
is going to shoot a bunch of you.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone. I thought it was only for good people.
Normally it is, but Dr. Mobius sees your everything. And what was that? Oh. And is instead going to use this cool new power called Death Shout.
Oh.
And he's going to shout at Kit. And he will let it all out.
Does that ability come
These are the
from
things we can do without.
what grants him that ability?
The Amethyst. He is a miracle.
He is a miracle.
No, he has the ability to cast miracles.
Gotcha. What did you say? The amethyst.
Yeah, he is a Amethyst Hem-Metjor, so a priest of the Amethyst religion.
Cool.
And he refused to accept that Dr. Mobius rolls 3. I refuse. There we go. 19. So a +6 to his faith of 22. That'll be an outstanding. He shouts at, 20. He shouts at Kit while shooting at Kowalski. So, Kit, what is your dodge?
9.
Cool. Outstanding success.
Great.
Uh,
Really well.
what is? Well, I got everything right here. That's an explosion. No, 2 ones. Well done. Dr. Mobius is definitely his own worst enemy. Let's see here. 12 plus 7, 19, so that's plus 9. So that's a wound and 2 shot, and you are deafened for the next minute. And I'm going to need you to play that. The next 6 cards, you can't hear it.
Okay, if I use my...
I'm sorry, what? No, just kidding.
You're not deafened. If I use my force field ability to block 1 wound and 2 shock, does that also block the deafenedness?
No,
Okay.
because that's from the skill roll, but you take no wounds and no shock. Kowalski, however, what does a fire combat of 26 do to you? That is a good success. It's almost an outstanding success, but I can't spend another possibility. Good success for a total of a wound and 2 shots, sir.
Right. Let's see here. I will try and soak that. Gotta stay alive as much as possible.
Also, in the worst possible thing I could do to you guys, if Dr. Mobius successfully performs the approved action, he discards a destiny card of choice from each of the affected players' cards pools. So, do you have a card in your pool?
What?
Do you have a card?
She's
Action
gonna
card in your pool?
What?
Mhm. Well played. Get rid of it, Jenny. You calls you. No, not you. You weren't affected by the action. just Kit and
I played mine. So,
okay.
What were the cards that went?
Second chance. So right now, the cards in the pool are second chance and idea. What'd you get, Kowalski, on your soak?
I got a 17, so plus 4 plus, so 17.
Okay, you take no damage. It is now the hero's turn. Who would like to go first?
My turn will be spent just reminding you of all the possibilities and like dramatic task resolutions and everything that we did to make this movie make Mobius look terrible and me look amazing.
That's all you want to do with your
I
turn?
just want to remind you of that. I'll even spend a possibility
I know.
to remind you.
This is how you remind me.
I'm reminding you, and then can I look at the Nile Empire thing really quickly?
Yeah. Sure.
Really quickly.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you say sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a different story. Who's going next?
okay, so Mobius already took his turn, or did
Yes.
you get an extra turn?
No, Mobius has taken his turn.
I'm gonna need you to either nod or shake your head. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. You made that part.
I did. That's not me. All right, what's your plan, Kit? Or who's going next? We have Morrigan, we have Kowalski, we have Brother Block, Malachi, and Kit. And on this turn, the A, B, and C are available.
So we can do C.
The other thing is, I will allow you, if you play a connection card, to pull to give one of the people in the robot a chance to get free.
Would anyone benefit if I did the calculate weakness again, but this time on Shelly? Again, a nod or a thumbs up. Perfect. Then I'm going to do that.
Give me the roll.
That was a 2, so I'm going to go with it.
There's mad kids. The people are running around. Everyone's like paused and focusing at Simon. You see the magnificent battle scene playing out on the robot surfaces compared to the dude who just got blown up, mocked, and missed killing a techno demon with a gun.
So it's an 18 on a D and 10.
Then that is a good success.
Okay. Then allies can make a called shot to Shelly's head, robot part, and that was just a -4 penalty. But this time it's 4 armor piercing
All right.
damage.
We're going to give Tinker Hellraiser a possibility. So this is your first time in a Torg game. When you spend the possibility, you can either give it to a player who is about to make a roll, giving them extra, it's like a Benny in Savage World, or you can give it to the GM who is about to make the roll. That allows the villains a better chance of killing people. So it's your choice. There is the correct one. All right, so you calculate the weaknesses. You see, as you're watching, the golden sunset behind the robots matches the golden sunset on the robot. This tank is playing across the back and the chest of the robot, and there is that oiled up Zorba just punching back and forth, looking magnificent. But it highlights, as one of the goons goes flying, you can see where the head connects, and it's well armored, but you're betting like a computer's roll or a trick, or if you could maneuver the head in the right direction, it might pop free.
Question.
Answer.
Would a 16 have also been a good success?
Yes.
And in that case, can I make this a multi-action?
Okay.
Where I also would like to trick everyone into thinking I'm not there by standing in front of the movie and pretending to be part of the movie.
Technically, you have to declare that in advance.
Pretend you're part of the canvas.
Yeah.
I'll allow you to do it next round.
Okay.
Okay. Who is going next?
Alright, I should attempt,
Okay.
since I'm up here on this giant gun.
Yeah.
So I'd like to pop this egg open.
Okay.
And
So you get the bonus if you free show it. You don't have to. You do not have to. but from the ground, yelling louder than is necessary.
Yeah.
Is Kit.
Alright.
Like not battle loud, but like
Tinker the
battle
Hellraiser just gave me the
I saw
possibility.
that.
Thank you, Tinker.
Alright,
Or
so
Hellraiser. One of the
Also,
two.
did Kowalski move, or is Kowalski just hanging
Kowalski's
The whole robot moved out of the fiery pillar.
out?
okay,
Okay.
but I'm still standing on top of it.
Yeah, you want to try and get her out.
Yeah, so I have this. So this is a psychic robot, correct?
This is a psychic robot.
Okay, so with this in mind,
It's 100% true.
now, correct me if I'm wrong,
You are.
but the Digon grid, correct, is also a psychic space.
It is a psychic.
So
The
using
torment grid?
yeah, the torment grid. So could I possibly use my Digon grid jack to connect directly into the psychic robot?
Nice. Nice.
I'm going to allow it.
Okay.
What do you have skill-wise that would allow you to do this besides the jack?
Let's see here. Persuasion. Let's see.
You're going to try and plug into the robot and persuade it to open the shell case.
That was one thought. Or potentially just take over the whole robot.
Taking over the whole robot is much more difficult.
Okay. Well, in this case, let's start by let's do willpower.
Okay.
I'm going to overpower the robot's will to maintain.
And I'm going to give you a +4 from the calculate weakness.
Okay.
So you guys all see Kowalski just sort of reaches into the guts of the robot, pulls out a bunch of cables that are sparking and firing off electricity, and then pulls this like weirdly braided tentacle. And as the music slows and gets kind of romantic in an avatar like that, you join with the robot. Give me the willpower roll.
All right.
This
Well, that
is
sucks.
Bunker's tour game. I say that every week, but this is seriously.
I'm going to go ahead and spin that again.
What? Oh, you did it.
Yeah.
Because you did anything.
I did anything.
You were successful at any.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Correct. It's at least a 10.
Well,
If you
that's.
spend your possibility
okay,
for the
that's
9
a
left side,
15.
you get to roll again.
I'm going to do that.
Oh no.
Just going to burn these out.
Excellent.
Okay. So that's a 13. So 13 plus 15 equals 28. 28 gets me to a 9. 9 plus my willpower gets me to a 21.
Don't worry.
So, I'm going to say, so it works, but also, for a brief moment, you feel the hatred, the rage, the pain of the voice of the Headless, who is managing to try and control these two robots and keep powerful Storm Knights subdued. The cockpit rotates, the head jettisons up like 4 meters and falls behind, and as the smoke disappears, Shelly, as you are just yelling scripture at the beefiest beefcake on the beach dissolves into a twilight desert scene, and you are on top of a robot. There are wires stuck to you, and by God, would you like to I mean, you can see what Kowalski looks like. It looks like if Magnum P.I. and the devil had a baby.
The beefiest beefcake.
Yeah, the beefiest beefcake on the beach resolves. And what do you say as the smoke clears and you see this? Hey, baby.
What? What invincible?
What does Kara say to that?
Not gonna lie, Shelly pulls out one of her holy water vials, pops it, and just like pours it all over herself.
Shelly, you have now joined the hero side, and you will get to go at the end of this round as a very stymied action and then be in the pool for next round. Morrigan and Brother Block and Malachi.
So there's one more person on this robot, and then it's my old team.
It's one more person on this robot, and then it is your old team. And that person, you can see that out of the arm, the robot has sort of taken the left arm, switched it around, and like it can't do that. It can't manipulate its own arm. There are tracks, so the arm pops up and rotates to the right, and as it reassembles, the targe sort of extends and narrows into a large sword.
I believe
Like a
aren't
lot.
Reggie and Alistair still in
Oh
the
yeah,
robot?
Reggie's in there too.
Okay.
No, wait.
Okay.
Ethan. Alistair
Okay.
came here to save Reggie. It's kind of interesting they're the last two.
I said chill on a second beach
would-
again. I didn't want to leave.
I don't want to leave the second beach.
It's playing Endless Love inside the robot.
What are you doing, Becca?
I would like to aim for the shoulder socket. And cast Ice Burst. With the intent of ice in the middle, expands, and pops the arm off.
Give me the roll. What's the target number of the ice burst?
Dodge dex.
Okay. Roll it.
18.
Okay, that is a normal success against the robot.
A normal success.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess I will spend a possibility. 10. 18.
Becca, Dr. Mobius is going to negate your spot possibilities then.
I
Awesome.
would like to then play opponent fails and have him not negate my possibilities.
It is not a roll against you. It is.
You're right, it's not.
It is, in fact, a reality ability called negation. And how it works is when an enemy attempts to spend a possibility for an attribute or a test, this character may spend their own possibility to instantly negate it. It may not be used to stop a foe from soaking. So I'm moving that possibility that Hellraiser gave me. Want to make sure that the chat goes from the possibilities.
Does that still mean that I spent my possibility?
It does, and it still counts as a normal success.
Okay. Well, then 14 damage, and it's immobilized. Well, if it's on a solid surface. So I would guess that the arm socket may be immobilized at this time.
I will give the sword a make it very stymied to make a sword attack.
Great. Yeah, strength test to break the ice.
All right.
And then do I have to direct my sweet little thing
To do
my
something?
little dragon to do something?
Yeah.
I would like him to swoop and fire on the storm, not the storm knights, on the shock troopers.
All right. Go ahead and give me the roll, Professor. Thank you for resubscribing and rejoining. And I know the GM. I still don't know if I'm the GM that he knows. I feel like I got that question. For some reason, I have blocked it from my mind. But welcome, I know the GM. It is a great perk. And is a perk that any Storm Knight can take. You can use your possibilities to negate the possibilities of villains.
That's a 14.
That is a 14. Go ahead, and what's the damage on your chomp chomp flying thing?
On his fire is 12 damage.
Okay, there is now one of the shock troopers is now on fire and screaming and really reconsidering all his life choices that brought him to this.
Okay.
There was
The
a dragon!
screams into the air and then flies back to me.
It's a sign of a
All
cat.
right, Malachi, what are you doing? We're going to go Malachi and Brother Block, and then Shelly gets a stymied action, and then we go into the villain's turn. I realize this is a very complicated and long battle, but I hope you guys are enjoying it. Chat, I hope you are enjoying it. I've tried to make this very moving PCE. My piece is moving around the board, and I know that this gentleman right here is plotting.
I literally have a card up my sleeve.
Restart, what do you got?
So, Brother Block, having built the giant pyramid through which the two robots emerged, or at least, having spearheaded that, the the tunnels through which the giant robot emerged, I would assume, because they are part of the Voice of the Headless's subterranean network, they would connect back to the cisterns.
Yes.
Okay.
They would connect back to the cisterns, but it would be a long journey back to the cisterns.
Absolutely. So, Brother Block wants to use his strength to clear a path through the rubble of the pyramids and direct the innocent bystanders to head that way to the safety of the cistern.
Have a possibility if you succeed on this roll. Also, by the way, before I forget, Morgan, you have a backup plan. This allows you to select 2 different characters to make additional dramatic tasks on an action.
So I'm at a 13 right now.
A 13 is enough to get a path clear.
Okay. Can I play my idea card in conjunction so that I know I know what is the safest path for them to go?
Yeah, 100%. And I'm giving you a possibility card for that, and you get I gave you you get Flurry, Brother Block.
Oh, thank you.
And then what is Malak? Oh, crap. So Brother Block, you get all the way to the end. You've got your idea card pushed you through. And as you stepped there, the whole, like everything goes topsy-turvy a little bit. And as you can hear Kowalski call for aid. And as you turn around, you can see Kowalski is is being pinned down by the giant robot. And next turn, you, having played your romance card, you must go and attack. Excuse me, the robot.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Malachi, what are you doing? And then Shelly.
So Malachi, in conjunction, I know you said that I'm not allowed to intimidate the bystanders.
That is correct.
I know that you said that.
But I feel like you're going to argue with me.
But I know, but it's not okay. So there's a lot of people. There's a lot of bystanders here because it was going to be a big movie premiere.
Mm-hmm.
They literally cannot escape, which is my fault. Right? And Malik. Okay, so he's good at both. It can be a trick too. Malachi's, repulsive. Is that the word? I mean, he's generally intimidating, especially with Dogathy. So Dogathy, in conjunction with Malachi, are going to do their Cthulhu routine, which is more of a vaudeville thing than an actual thing. But she gets on top of him and spreads out her eyeballs, and he throws the shrieking cloak, which is actually a cloak with mouths on it. So they sing, and with his best possible Vincent Price voice, he says, "Follow the night light of the night with the light,
Yeah,
the night
the night light.
The night light."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me.
And it's very intimidating.
The connect licked.
They're going to use their power, their perk, which is Clear the Room.
Okay.
Which is when intimidation is approved, and because all things are approved,
Yeah.
this will work. I get half the penalties on multi-action. So I am going to try and get 5 people to leave, which will only be a -3.
Yep.
And
Go
then
for
hopefully
it.
they'll, shove the other people down.
5 people would be a minus. 5 people would normally be.
It would be normally minus 8.
It would be
right?
normally minus 6, so it's -4 then.
So -4, perfect.
You got
okay,
this.
so Dogathy will give me a bonus of 3, and then Malachi's Intimidate. I'll have to spend a possibility. It was a 6. Now it's a 19. So that's a 6. His Intimidate is a 12. That's 18. So that's a 21 -4. So that's a 17 on 5 people.
You pick the 5 best people, Malachi, and soon they are directing other people as Brother Block tightens his grip on his hammer and starts stomping toward the robot. Shelly, you have awoken. You are not on the beach. That was a lot. The beach was a lie,
Oh, thank
as
goodness.
often happens in JM's games. The beach was a lie. The cabana hammock was a lie.
Praise
The
the Lord.
demonic beefcake.
However, it was real.
Real.
Okay. Can I maneuver where I have a clear shot at the shoulder that Morgan just froze?
Yeah. You can
Okay,
see, yeah, you can see Alistair kind of like, fighting, and the robot is making the same motions. Go ahead and, so it's a multi-action, I assume?
No, I was just going to attempt Hellfire and attempt to temperature shock the joint. So
Go for it.
frozen and superheat it. And as she does, she will say, "The sword of divine justice is every moment brandished over their heads, and 'tis nothing but the hand of arbitrary mercy and God's mere will that holds it back." Okay.
JM, I don't know if anybody else does, but I need 3 cards.
2. One for Malachi,
Dogathy was
one for Rose.
successful.
Dogathy doesn't get cards in her action pool.
Oh, okay.
Brother Block, I gave the
Alert.
flurry to, and Malachi got a drama.
Oh, thank you. Cool. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot about the flip.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't hear it even if I gave it to you. All right, what'd you get, Shelly?
I rolled a 21 to hit. And the DN is the Dodger Dex of the
Which
giant.
is 14. So that is a good success.
Excellent.
Okay, would it be better if it was outstanding?
It's always better if it was outstanding.
Great. I'm gonna get my
Would
first.
3 more make it outstanding?
3 more would make it outstanding.
Brother Block would like to support you. He hears you praying, and even though he's running towards the robot, he joins you in prayer as a fellow holy person.
All right,
Great.
Shelly,
I don't know if it's rare as a yell of condemnation, but I'll
give
take it.
me the outstanding success.
So 13 plus 9. So 22 points of fire damage to the shoulder joint.
All right, Alistair. With that, you may take an action. Very stymied, as the ice then just shatters and rips open your bubble, and suddenly you realize what is going on.
All right, this is the last time Malachi makes the vacation plans.
Is the B team free?
The B team is free except for Reggie.
Oh,
What would you like to do, sir?
Reggie to be the last one stuck, or the last
It does make
one-
sense that Reggie is the final one to be free.
All right, I'm going to climb up the robot body so that I can try and dig Reggie out of whatever robot chunk he's in.
Okay. As you go up, you can see that something has been triggered. The robot has no arms and no head. And you see that Reggie's bubble moves to the center and then drops into the robot.
But the gun's gone?
The gun is still there, but the little control bodge has been now centered in the center. Sorry, Alistair.
Spin him
Didn't mean-
out! Spin him out!
You can have a Nile Empire possibility for that one, Brian. That was. Do you still want to try and hack him open, or what would you like to do?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna dig after him. I spent a long time finding my best friend. I'm not.
You did. You did. I do love. You love the spirit of the B team and the Fat Five. Go ahead and give me the roll.
That ain't. See,
Did,
it's a very
I wonder
shiny-
if the A Team and Misfits of Science ever came on back to back.
With the very stymied, I ended up with a 14 strength roll.
Okay, you are pulling at the new hatch, and it's just not pulling free. And in fact, there is a crackle of electricity. And you will take 2 shots from that.
I get plenty.
The robot, you guys can see that the legs are starting to, like, as it starts to, it looks like it's doing a squat, but the legs start to fold up underneath it, giving it a much more tank-like appearance. And there is a cackling, and Alistair, you definitely hear like a hum, as if there is something else going on inside of the chassis of the bot. It is now the villain's turn. And Reggie, I need 2 shots from you.
All right.
Now I need to ask you a question.
Okay.
I know you can't shoot Alistair.
Right. No.
And you can't shoot Shelly.
He just left to go get a drink.
Yeah, and Shelly's over there, just
She's gone too, but who knows?
yeah, who knows where Shelly is. Probably off to pray. But you can clearly see on the beach, there is a pride of lions running down the beach at you. There is one very attractive lion, like magnificent flowing mane. Like the light kind of glints off of tooth. There is one lion that looks like it needs to be put down. It's emaciated, but its mane is stylish and sort of a Julie Andrews sort of way. There is a large lion that has a pair of metal horns that are curling off of it.
We're going straight Ezekiel up in here.
There is a sleek panther that seems to be running with these lions, but trying to keep to the shadows. They're all coming from you. As you look around, you're the only one here. You get to pick 2 of them. Who do you shoot?
All right. So, I mean, obviously, you pick the biggest threat first, right? You gotta take him out.
Reggie is the monster.
Yeah, exactly. So, I guess it's got the beautiful lion at the front.
Okay, and?
Let's see. I guess the one with horns. So it's
Right.
what the hell?
One roll of
All right.
firearms.
Firearms. Okay. Fire combat. Well, that's good. That's a -6 to my fire
Oh, don't worry.
combat.
It's a possibility.
Oh, thanks, man.
I got that.
Thanks.
I got you.
I appreciate it. So it's 13. So that's a 17. That's a +4 to my fire combat, which is a 24.
And then a -2, so a 22 to each.
Right.
Zorba, the tank swivels and fires at you.
At the like projector box?
Yeah, the
Right?
projector box where you were at.
Alright.
And then it swivels and fires at Brother Block. With a 22, that is a... I don't know if there's a level above outstanding to Zorba, but that hits. And then Brother Block, it is an outstanding success as well. Would you... so the damage of this...
I would like to bodyguard Zorba and have both tank shots hit me.
Ooh. Ooh.
All right, so leaping across the battlefield, you're like, no. Bonus dice.
Okay, that's going to be 1 of 5. It's full of 6.
So total 6. So Brother Block, you will take 2 shots, which will deal 2 wounds and 4 shots each.
You alive, bro?
You can soak them.
I will have to soak. with a soak of 16, 20.
All right, so the first one you soak, you take no damage from. The second shell hits you.
Can I soak that one too?
You can. They're 2 individual
Okay.
shots.
Okay, I'll definitely try and soak that as well. Much less successful. That is an 8, but I will play a willpower to make it an 11.
So you will take 1 wound from that second hit. And the
One
projector
wound.
box continues to roll on.
Mhm.
The voice of the Headless, seeing, as Kit pointed out, but can't hear me say any of this, that Dr. Mobius has already taken his turn, launches 3 vicious attacks at the High Lord. 2 of them missing, but the third staggering Mobius as he falls back as missiles launch from the back of the smaller robot. And Mobius soaks, but still, as he kind of rises up, you can see a thin little trail of blood from the corner of his mouth, and he has taken a single wound.
And this is the moment that I play
Yeah.
my custom card,
Which
which
is
I'll explain in a second. Because right now, at this very second that Mobius, a little bit dazed, not looking so hot, comes up, bloodied, this is the moment that projected across all of this arena of carnage is the very first shot of Zorba as Mobius ever filmed. The close-up of his smile that gloried.
all right.
And I play my star-crossed romance card, in which a villain falls, for me, on Mobius's darkness device. His darkness device, Apophis, sensing Mobius's weakness, seeing my glorious smile, falls in love with me and out of love with Mobius.
And that is where we're going to pause for tonight. And we will be back with all of the B team but Reggie freed, with this Cosm card played, and we will see how the 1001 Inventions of Dr. Mobius. How does the film end? We don't know. Josh Kage, good to see you. Glad to have you in here. A plot twist that I feel like Zorba was like, I'm not going to play the first 2 rounds of combat. Nay, when I play my round of combat, it will be magnificent. And so we will pause there, and we will pick up next week with the second half of this. Alistair, Shelley, Malachi, all free. The B team, well, most of the B team. Reggie, they're coming for you. The Fat Five freed, facing down Mobius, the voice of the Headless, and all of this craziness. We will be back. And in a week, we are back to our normal streaming schedule. Thank you to the B team for showing up. I hope you guys are able to make it next time. I know it was a 2-parter that was not anticipated to be a 2-parter. We will be back in a week with a ton more Torg. And we have to see what this means for Zorba. Until then, I would like to, first of all, thank the Fat Five for putting in. We're starting our 2nd year of this campaign, so thank you guys so much for playing this. To the B team, who are always on call in the wings, ready to show up and wreck stuff. And to our wonderful chat, who just continues to grow and become involved in the storyline. Thank you so much. Welcome to Tinker Hellraiser. Hopefully you'll be back again next week. So, until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay gaming, and hold Malachi's chalice of blood in a week.